Katie here from Vibe, and today I want to walk you through a few navigation tips for using your Vibe board. Now, first and foremost, let's cover some whiteboarding tips. Now, when you're using the whiteboard, for most things, you're going to be using your stylus. The whiteboard toolbar itself can also be adjusted. So at the very top, there's a little arrow if I want to move it over to the other side, or if I want to hold this down and kind of move it to wherever most is convenient. That's a good tip to know about. Now, when you're whiteboarding and using the toolbar, for most of these features, you're going to use your stylus. So to draw, and even when you're erasing, you're going to use your stylus for that. The things that you want to use your fingers for are primarily, I like to use this when I want to move images, screenshots, or sticky notes around the canvas. You can use either your finger or the stylus if you want to move things around. The other thing I might use my finger for is panning in and out of the canvas. So if you need a little bit more room, you can pinch in with your fingers or move things over and have a little bit more space. Another option for zooming in and zooming out is to use the zoom shortcut, which are over here at the top right-hand corner, if you want to just jump ahead and zoom to fit, for instance. Some other tips for navigating your Vibe board. Up here in the top left, these three lines, when you tap that, you're going to go into your account. So this will help you jump between different Vibe boards, start a new canvas. This is also where you can access your templates feature. If you're not signed in and you tap this top left-hand corner, that's where you can go to sign into your account. Down here at the bottom, this black panel is called the status bar. If this ever disappears, like when you're screencasting or you're in full screen mode in one of the third-party applications, swipe up from the bottom to get that toolbar back. So most often it disappears when you're screencasting, and if you want to get that back or launch split screen, just swipe up. Down in the middle, where these 9 dots are, that's where you can launch new applications as well as download and manage your existing applications. If you ever see this little 1 dot come up, that means one of your apps needs an update, so you can jump in and go update that. This is also where you can go to delete or uninstall your applications. So when we want to launch something new, like Chrome, this is where we're going to go to open that up. After you've launched an application, you'll notice some of them will launch in split screen mode. So if you don't want that, or if you want to adjust and have a little bit more room for one of your applications, there's this black line in the middle of the screen with a white line, and you can use that to adjust the view, or if you drag it all the way off to the side, you can maximize one of the applications and minimize the other ones. When you're working on an application like Chrome and maybe you're searching for something, sometimes you'll have the keyboard pop up. So when you're using the keyboard, sometimes it pops up in not a very helpful place. So if you ever want to move it, at the top of the keyboard, there's 2 lines, and that's where you can use it to move it around the screen, so wherever it'd be most convenient for you. When you're navigating something like Chrome or another application and you want to go back, you can use the arrows up here, but we also have a shortcut down here. This is our back button. So if you want to go back in time on one of the applications you're on, I recommend utilizing that. To the right of the back button is where you can access the date and time. This is also where you can hide the date and time. So this is a new feature that just came out. If you're shooting a video, for instance, and you want to hide that, you just simply tap that and it'll turn into a little icon, and then tap that to get it back. Also over in the middle is the home button. That's the home screen. If you tap that, it'll bring up your screensaver and your casting guide if you have that turned on. To the right of the home tab is our launch center. So this is where we can go to jump back and forth between applications that are open. This is also where you can go to launch a split screen. So if you're kind of jumping back and forth between stuff, remember that you can go to the launch center to launch the split screen for supported applications. Also over here on the right-hand corner is where you can open up the control panel. So this is helpful to know about to adjust the brightness of your Vibe, the volume. This is where you're going to get into the main settings if you need to adjust anything in settings, and where you can send feedback. And then last but not least, down here where it says end is where you can sign out of Vibe. So this is a new feature where you can just sign out, and if you want to clear out everything and erase all the data when you're done signing out and sign out of all third-party applications, you can check this option as well. So that's it for Vibe Feature Friday. Thanks so much for watching.